So it seems that the future of Star Wars, Lucasfilm will be relying on Ahsoka Tano in terms of the future of Star Wars content. And is this too much? Now, I'm going to be kind of backing this up with the Darth Vader comic series. Now, while I do love that series, I'll explain further on why I think it's just a little too much. Now, we started seeing Ahsoka in the first in the Clone Wars movie before the show had launched, and obviously she was a pretty annoying character, and I do understand that she is still pretty annoying to watch her early seasons from like season 1 and season 2 until season 3, season 5, and season 7. She is much more of a better character than what she was within the first 2 seasons, but she became one of the most beloved characters, and when we saw her in Rebels for one whole season and 3 episodes of Rebels, she was still beloved, and she obviously took the scene, no matter how annoying sometimes Ezra would be. Ahsoka was there and always took the spotlight, which was always nice to see. Well, lately there's been a lot of Ahsoka news going around, with the sequel series to Rebels involving her and Sabine going out to look for Ezra, and then her being in season 2 of The Mandalorian, and also her getting her own Disney Plus show. And not only that, more news and rumors have went out that she will be in at least one episode of the Kenobi series and the Cassian Andor series. She will be featured in that because the contract for Rosario Dawson and was actually shown, and it seems that we're going to be getting Ahsoka for a while. Now, I'm going to explain how each of these shows are going to tie in together, and then I'm going to give out my kind of thoughts about all of this, and just try to explain why I think is this just a little too much. So she is in Clone Wars for 6 seasons. She's in Rebels for a whole season and 3 episodes, which gives her 8 seasons and 3 episodes of Ahsoka content. Now, with The Mandalorian, we don't know how many episodes she will be in season 2, but honestly, from what it sounds like, from what I've heard, Ahsoka and the Mandalorian will kind of have a little tension between each other because of Baby Yoda. Ahsoka's going to want to train him because she knows about the Jedi and the Force and all of that, and the Mandalorian is just a little bit overprotective. So I can see some tension going on between those two. Now, the Disney Plus show, I would think, will take place during the events of A New Hope to Return of the Jedi. And then The Mandalorian Season 2, in terms of timeline reasons, will take place right after her Disney Plus show ends, and then will tie into the final episode of her being in the final episode of Rebels with Sabine, and then and then the sequel series of Rebels, where Sabine and Ahsoka will go off to find Ezra. So, honestly, that seems pretty cool. We can possibly see her trying to find Luke or something, or try to figure out what she's going to be doing during A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. It would be pretty cool to see what happens there. I think that in terms of timeline and story-wise, I think this is going to work out really well, just because of how the character has been handled and the fact that she is one of the most beloved characters within all of Star Wars besides Baby Yoda. And I think that this will be pretty interesting to see how well this goes. Now, early on in the video, I did say how the Darth Vader comic series how I'm going to be using that to kind of support why I think this is just a little too much. Now, we have gotten tons and tons of issues of the Vader comic series, and I'm not exactly sure how many there are, but I'm going to take an educated guess. From what I've seen in terms of Darth Vader comic book videos, there has been at least 50 comics of a story, which those comic books take place within an arc, but still a story within Vader, and it's a lot of storytelling for that character, and it just makes it a little too, it's just a little too much, because Revenge of the Sith up to the time of Rogue One, that's at least a good 10-15 years, which obviously does make sense because he did show up in Rebels, and obviously you're going to want some comic books to back a little all this time period up, but it's a lot of storytelling for one character. Yes, we know that he's a big bad character because we clearly see that within the original trilogy and the end of Revenge of the Sith, but do we need that much storytelling for the one character? And this is how this is tying in to this video. Is this just a little too much for Ahsoka content? Like, I like Ahsoka. It's really cool that she's getting added into all these things, but is this just a little too much for the character? Now, obviously, she doesn't have tons of comic books for her character, but is this just a little too much? Honestly, I think with the Ahsoka news, it's just kind of a little hard to fathom because we don't know exactly where Star Wars will be going for the next couple of years. We do know that we'll be getting the Cassian Andor series, which will start up in 2021, and the Kenobi series will start up in 2022. But we're also getting season 2 of The Mandalorian in October, and there's been lots of talk about a Disney Plus Star Wars film that's in the works, but honestly, we don't know exactly what the future of Star Wars is going to look like, and I think that's how this is too much to take in. Now, that is pretty much it for this video. Honestly, this was just kind of a discussion video for today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like. Go follow me on Instagram. And let me know, is this just a little too much for Ahsoka in terms of storytelling, or are you perfectly fine with it? Honestly, I'm going to say it's just a little too much, but it's really good that she is getting a lot of love from Lucasfilm. So, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Ace Gamer, out.